The east coast of the United States, also known as the Eastern Seaboard, the Atlantic Coast, and the Atlantic Seaboard, is the coastline along which the eastern United States meets the North Atlantic Ocean. Regionally, the term refers to the coastal states and area east of the Appalachian Mountains that have shoreline on the Atlantic Ocean. From north to south, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia and Florida. The place name, East Coast, derives from the idea that the contiguous 48 states are defined by two major coastlines, one at the western edge and one on the eastern edge. Other terms for referring to this area include the Eastern Seaboard, Atlantic Coast, and Atlantic Seaboard. The 14 states that have a shoreline on the Atlantic Ocean are: from north to south, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia and Florida. In addition, Pennsylvania and the District of Columbia border tidal arms of the Atlantic have Atlantic coastline, but are not included in the definition. Although Vermont and West Virginia have no Atlantic coastline, they are grouped with the Eastern Seaboard states because of their locations in New England and the Old South, and their history as part of the land base of the original 13 colonies. The eastern panhandle of West Virginia is drained by the Potomac River into Chesapeake Bay. The original 13 colonies of Great Britain in North America all lay along the east coast too. Additional U.S. states on the east coast were not among the original 13 colonies. Many. The middle colonies had been owned by the Dutch as New Netherland, until they were captured by the English in the mid to late 17th century. There are three basic climate regions on the east coast according to the Köppen climate classification and four according to the Trueter climate classification from north to south based on the monthly mean temperature of the coldest month and the number of months averaging above 50 degrees Fahrenheit, respectively. The region from northern Maine and upstate New York south to southern Connecticut, most of northern New Jersey, and western Maryland has a humid continental climate, with warm to hot summers, cold and snowy winters with at least 1 month averaging below freezing, and 4 to 7 months warmer than 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The area from Long Island and New York City south to southern Delaware and western North Carolina has a temperate climate, with long and hot summers, cool winters with all months above freezing, and 6 to 7 months above 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The area from the southern Delmarva Peninsula, say Virginia, and central NC south to central Florida is subtropical. Average monthly precipitation ranges from a slight late fall to a more pronounced summer maximum from Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, southward along the southeastern United States coast to Savannah, Georgia. The Florida Peninsula has a sharp wet summer, dry winter pattern, with 60 to 70% of precipitation falling between June and October in an average year and a dry and sunny late fall, winter and early spring. Although landfalls are rare, the eastern seaboard is susceptible to hurricanes in the Atlantic hurricane season, officially running from June 1 to November 30. Although hurricanes can occur before or after these dates, Hurricanes Hazel, Hugo, Bob, Isabel, Irene, Sandy and most recently Florence and Isaias are some of the more significant storms to have affected the region. The east coast is a low-relief, passive margin coast. It has been shaped by the Pleistocene glaciation in the far northern areas in New England, with offshore islands such as Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard, Block Island, and Fisher's Island. From around northern New Jersey southward, the coastal plain broadens southwards, separated from the Piedmont region by the Atlantic seaboard fall line of the East Coast rivers, often marking the head of navigation and prominent sites of cities. The coastal areas from Long Island south to Florida are often made up of barrier islands that front the coastal areas, with the long stretches of sandy beaches. Many of the larger capes along the lower East Coast are in fact barrier islands, like the Outer Banks of North Carolina and Cape Canaveral, Florida. The Florida Keys are made up of limestone coral and provide the only coral reefs on the U.S. mainland. In 2010, the population of the states which have shoreline on the East Coast was estimated at 112,642,503. New York City is both the largest city and the largest metropolitan area on the East Coast. The East Coast is the most populated coastal area in the United States. Hartford, the primary interstate highway along the East Coast, is Interstate 95, completed in 2018, which replaced the historic U.S. Route 1. The original Federal H.